Good morning, barely awake Cappy here. I have to do this in the car because everybody's sleeping still because they're a bunch of lazy fucks. Anyway, today, boys, we're going to help you out. I got a text from a friend. I won't mention who or what or anything like that. And he knows somebody that's having to deal with somebody who has bipolar. His girlfriend is bipolar. This seems to be an increasing theme. Not only was it a thing back when I was young, it seems to be an increasing instance or frequency for you younger types there, where my girlfriend's bipolar. So let's just talk about bipolar here. I knew bipolar affected women more than men. I thought I knew that. And then I did some research and wanted to double check because I could have swore, one, I don't see guys going off on bipolar crazy episodes. But the two, I do remember some research. So I looked it up. Bipolar disorder this develops in men and women in about equal numbers. But there are gender differences in the ways that the illness manifests itself. Women in the disorder tend to have more depressive and fewer manic episodes than men do. The typical bipolar woman will start with a depressive episode, whereas a man will usually get a manic episode first. Says Michael First, MD, professor of clinical psychiatry at Columbia University. Blah 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 blah. Honest to God, his credentials are about a paragraph long, and a lot of them are bullshit because I don't really believe much in the psychological industry. And then here's where they spin it. Women are also more likely to have bipolar 2, which is a milder form of the disorder. However, women are more prone than men to rapid cycle bipolar, which is characterized by 4 or more episodes of depression and mania in 1 year. Rapid bipolar appears to be more resistant. Okay, so here's, and this is actually my entire point. Men and women may have it equally, but women display the symptoms more. They are those insufferable bipolar cunts and bitches and whores and assholes more frequently than men. So my question to you is, what does society get to deal with? Like, let's say you are bipolar and you're having a depressive episode, but you keep it to yourself. Or you have a manic episode and you keep it to yourself. That's fine. Or maybe you have one a year, but it's a freak rare instance. It's what society gets to deal with when it comes to people being bipolar. It's when this is perhaps why they may be misdiagnosing. Women have it many more times because that's the statistics I remember, and those statistics could still hold true because remember, this is the psychology profession. This isn't a real science, and I know it hurts a lot of your fake Freudian feelings there, but I still have serious doubts about this profession. Anyway, the point is, a lot of you young boys are going to be dealing with women who are going to claim they have bipolar, are going to act bipolar. They're going to freak out, they'll go depressed, and then a lot of them will just come up and say, well, I have bipolar, because that's the trend now, is to see who has the most disadvantages and who's the most oppressed class. And so now a lot of people are rushing, especially if you're white, you rush to mental illness, amazing atheist, as the excuse for your shitty-ass behavior. And it could be legitimate, it could be true. There's basically, 3 different things it could be. It could be you actually have a mental disease. Bipolar is a real thing. It could be you're faking it to get attention. Or what I truly believe is the case in most of the cases, I mean, there might be an actual genuine case of bipolar out there with the women. Women use it just because they like being controlling and manipulative, and they're just evil people. Not all women, but the people that do this, they're evil, despicable people that want to control you. Right? It's amazing, and just, old captain's observation. I'm not a real psychologist like you people who sat there for 8 years with your thumb up your ass. Isn't it amazing, though, that in your dating experience, and I'm sure other people notice this, that all the bipolar episodes and all the drama and the chaos that you have with bipolar girlfriends, isn't it amazing that it goes away after you hit 30? You say, I'm not tolerating that bullshit. No, I've gotten laid plenty, thank you. I don't need to suffer you anymore. So, here's the point, boys. It doesn't matter if it's one of those 3 things. She has it. She's faking it. She has it and is being a cunt. She doesn't have it and is being an insufferable. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what you get to deal with. All right? So if I act like a sociopath, but I'm not, and I just start randomly beating you up because I've had a bad day, it doesn't matter if I'm a sociopath or not. I'm beating you up. Right? It's the same thing with her. It doesn't matter if she has bipolar or not. She's treating you in an unacceptable manner. And you can blame it as bipolar. You could say it's just been a bad day. You can blame it on Aunt Flo. It doesn't matter. She is treating you unacceptably or unacceptably. And you leave, you go, you walk, right? So this whole my girlfriend is bipolar, don't try to help. All right, don't, and that's the other thing. If the girl has bipolar, well, you don't want to be dating her. All right, if it's a genuine mental disorder, you're not going to fix that. Okay, you could treat it, but you're not going to fix it. And it's almost even worse if she claims to have bipolar disorder, but she doesn't because, like many increasing number of young ladies, they get a kick out of it because of the power trip, and that's even worse. So whether it's real or not, basically here's the rule. If you see the symptoms, if you have to tolerate and suffer the symptoms of a girl that is displaying symptoms of being bipolar, you leave. You get the fuck out. You don't call her. You don't text her. You dump that fucking bitch. You kick her ass to the curb. You say bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right? And then she'll throw her head at whatever. Grab your stuff. There's different ways that you can, if you have some of your stuff over at her place, fine. There's ways to extract it. These are all things in strategy. They're a separate topic. But as it determines, am I going to stick with this girl? No. You get the fuck out. You have self-respect, and you leave. You're gone. Legitimate disease or not, it doesn't matter. The behavior is unacceptable, and you should have the self-respect just to go ahead and be on your own and just not be yelled at for stupid ass crazy shit. Because I dated one gal that claimed to be bipolar, but I was wise. And then there was another gal who maybe she really was, but never claimed it. But it was like, that was one of the worst experiences in my life, where I was like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, and even then I knew, like, this is not acceptable. Bye. I don't care how hot you are. I don't care if you are I can't say the team. I don't care if you're a professional cheerleader for a professional sports team. Bye-bye. So, anyway, that's how you handle bipolar girls, boys. You just dump their asses. You get the fuck out. Hope that helps out. Toodles.